Hi, good evening, everybody.
Okay, please, can you all hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. Good evening.
Yes, good evening, good evening, good evening. Kolade Aziz, good evening. Sorry, are you the only one joining the class, Kolade?
I think I'm the only one for now. So,
For now,
yeah.
okay,
And this
okay,
is
for
almost
now.
7 o'clock. It is 7 o'clock.
This is 7:01 actually, so
Yeah.
this is 7:01, so I'm just looking at if we can actually wait for others to join too as well.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Others should be able to join very soon. I'm very sure you can hear me loud and clear, right?
Yeah, I can hear you very, very well.
Okay, okay, good, 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 good. All right, so let's just wait for others to join. I really want them to join very fast. Okay, so I think we have Daniel Ojo connecting. We have Indiana connecting too as well. All right, so Indiana, please confirm you can hear me. And Daniel Ojo, you can also confirm you can hear me very well.
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay, good.
All right,
So,
I can hear
uh,
you.
okay, I didn't know you are the one that joined with Indiana. I was like, who is this? Yeah, good evening. Good evening. Oh, yeah, good evening.
I don't know. I don't know if it's mine alone. I think net is slow. Is it low or what?
Okay, the network, right?
I don't think it's your network. Perhaps. Is it low? Are you guys hearing him?
Yes. Yes, good evening. We can hear him.
All right. Okay.
Okay.
So just before we start, because I need to welcome you guys officially before we start. Sorry, I've been a bit busy today. So guys, welcome. I want to say welcome everybody. You will see more of David in this class than me. But once in a while, I'll come in, and if time permit, I'll also do some training with you. Then you might see Dubem, another mentor. It depends. So my candid advice is concentrate, take good leverage on this opportunity, leverage on this privilege, and leverage on this network, because it's really a networking for all of us as well. And like I always tell everyone, you cannot learn without practicing. And it is at the point of practicing that you would be better. So don't sleep on this. Don't after this event, after this class, you just go back home and sleep. We try as much as possible to make sure we record the class. So guys, I want to wish you all the best. Feel free to ask question. I believe David like to answer question as it is. I think David, that you always prefer to ask you question as you are teaching, right? Okay, I don't think he's hearing me. But I think he always prefer that you ask him question while
Oh,
he's teaching.
sorry. I didn't know I was muted. I didn't know. I forgot I was muted. All right, so yes, I said yes, yes.
Yeah. So David prefer that you ask him question while he's teaching. So if you have any question, endeavor to ask him. Also, if you want to write it down, write it down. But my advice is you that you ask. David also confirmed that the class is recorded, right?
Yes.
Okay. So guys, I would say thank you very much. I may still be around, but I'm gonna leave right now. I will join the class later because I also have another class I'm taking somewhere right now. Okay, guys, have a wonderful day. See you guys and enjoy your time with
Thank you,
David.
sir.
Yeah.
Yes, thank you very much for that. Thank you very much.
Okay.
Yeah, thank you very much. So you
Yeah.
guys, welcome to class. Welcome to your front-end development
Thank
journey.
you, David.
Yeah, so the first thing I want us to do is to get to know each other very well, since we are not that much. So it's better if we can get to know each other. So who is going first? I think I can go this way. Akolade Aziz, you can go first.
Yeah. Good evening, everyone. My name
Yeah,
is
good evening, good
Akolade
evening.
Aziz. I base
Okay,
in Lagos.
okay. We are both
So,
in Lagos.
uh, so
Yeah, you can continue.
I'm happy to be part of this class, part of this training, and I really appreciate the effort. So, and I cannot wait for everything to be. But I don't know, maybe this class now, maybe we still pay later, or we are not going to pay at all, because I've joined some class that like this, they can just teach us maybe 1 to 2 months. But the next one they will tell us to pay for, like, if you want to learn more.
Okay, the thing is, this um our best man is actually in best place to explain all this to you, because I feel like, I don't know, did you join the first class, which is, I think that was this week or so, the first class we had. I'm not sure you joined, because people have asked the
Yes, I'm
question.
there. I'm there.
So I'm sure you asked your question and then you didn't say anything when you asked your question
No, no, no,
about that. Okay.
no.
The thing is you can actually text the the number, that's the party code official. You can text the number and ask information about this, and then I'm very sure you're going to get a very swift response from there. I guess that should actually solve the question and then give an answer to the question.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome, Aziz. You're welcome. All right. So, who else? Okay. So let's go to Daniel Ojo.
Hello, everyone. Good evening.
Yeah.
My
Good
name is
evening,
Daniel
Daniel.
Ojo. I'm
Okay.
based. I'm Daniel Ojo, and I'm based in Lagos.
Okay.
I'm very grateful for this opportunity, and I'm looking forward to really practice hands-on experience. I'm really it. I just can't wait to get special for the scholarship. I'm very, very grateful. God bless all those that's contributed to this. I'm very grateful.
Amen.
Thank you.
Amen. Amen. You're welcome, Daniel. You're welcome. Okay. So let's go over to Prosper. I don't know. Prosper, are you here with us?
Yes, sir. Good evening,
Okay. So,
everyone. My name
yeah.
is my name is Prosper Cycle.
Okay.
Currently based in Benin.
Okay.
Glad I'm glad this was put together, and I just want to say thank you to everyone involved. And I hope to learn more and get to connect with you all and make vital connections. Thank you.
Yes, you're welcome, Prosper. You're welcome. So we can go over to Mazat Suleiman. Yeah,
Hello, good evening, everyone.
yeah. Good evening, good evening, good
I'm
evening.
Akaza Suleiman. I'm based in Lagos, and I'm
Hmm,
actually
ev- everybody's in Lagos. Wow, that's good. That's
I
good.
think well, Prosper is from Benin, actually.
Yeah, almost everybody's from Lagos.
uh,
So
all right. I'm already learning front end development, and I just want to
okay,
enhance my skills. And I'm so
okay.
grateful, and I'm so happy when I was given a scholarship, and I'm just willing to be a part of this community and learn more about front-end development and have a practical experience about it. I have my own projects and portfolio. Thank you so
Okay.
much.
Okay, you're welcome. You're welcome. You're welcome, everyone. Okay, so good to hear that you actually have a proud knowledge about front-end development. So definitely you should know some basic things. So I want to ask, aside from Suleiman that said he has a proud experience about it. So who else also has experience with front-end development? I mean, you are already learning before this class or before this time, you're already learning. That is, you've made some progress already, not like you're starting from scratch again. So who
Yeah,
else?
hello. I'm also learning before. So,
Okay, so we have Suleiman, we have Aziz. Okay, so what about Prosper? Hello, Prosper. Can you hear me?
Sorry, I did not
Okay.
get that.
Okay, so what I asked is that if you have
Yes,
a
I can hear
prior
you. I did not
knowledge,
get what you said.
okay, if you have a prior knowledge about software and front-end development, you can share with us. If you have a prior knowledge about front-end
No,
development.
no prior knowledge.
Okay. So someone just left
No,
now. Someone left now. Oh, Aziz, Mazat, Daniel. Okay, so Daniel, Joe, you can go ahead then. Do you have a prior knowledge
No, I
about
don't.
software? You don't. Okay,
I
so I
don't know
think
yet.
so. I guess we have Aziz and Suleiman Adam. They have prior knowledge about front-end development. While Daniel, Joe, and Prosper. I don't know. Prosper is no more in the call. I don't know what happened. Okay, so yeah, so that means we're going to look at how we can fit Daniel, Joe, and Prosper in to anything we are doing. So welcome again to front-end development class. The first thing you hear about front-end development, they will tell you to learn about HTML, they will tell you to learn CSS, they will tell you to learn JavaScript and the like. So yeah, so the major thing you want to know about this thing is just that you need to be able to understand the concept very well. And once you understand the concept, you won't have any issue anywhere anymore. And the concept is just seeing this thing as knowing the reason behind each of these things. The moment you know the reason behind all these things, you are good to go. The moment you have a good understanding about how it works. So the first thing I do say is that understand how the internet works. Because if you don't really understand how the internet works, there's no how you'll be able to express yourself. Because what we are doing, if you are building websites and the likes, you are actually expressing your skill. You're expressing what you can do because what you learn in class is not what you are going to be building outside. So the fact that what you learn inside is not what you are going to be building outside means that you are going to express yourself when you are working outside. Okay, fine. What you are going to be learning in class is just the basics. Yeah, we know that's what you are going to learn in class. But after knowing the basics, definitely you should be able to use the basics to do other things. You should be able to tweak the basics that you know. Okay, if I tell you A, B, C, D, they will say something is as simple as A, B, C, D. Now, they didn't tell you the part where you get to Z, right? They will just say, okay, it's as simple as A, B, C, D. Now, A, B, C, D, you have to continue that way. So if I teach you A, I teach you B, I teach you C, definitely what I'm trying to tell you is that, okay, we have it up to Z. So definitely you should be able to understand it up to that point. So when they say it's simple as ABCD, that shows that that person knows it from A to Z. Do you get? So I'm not really saying you should know everything from A to Z, but just have a good understanding of, oh, this is how it works. Do you get? Don't just say, because we are in the world of AI, so you can want to tweak your way and get your way into something. But I won't really advise that. Just calm down, look at how this thing work. Okay, how do I know, oh, this is the front-end development? Okay, how do I work with this thing? How do I make it work? How do I make it work here? Those things are actually, you can put them, those are things you should put in place. Because if you don't put those things in place, you are going to get frustrated at some point. Do you get? So now, if I say front-end development, basically, what I'm basically talking about is I'm talking about the client side. And let me explain what I mean by client side. When I say client, what I'm trying to say is that user. That's what I'm talking about. So if I say client, I mean user. We are both clients. Yeah. I mean, you and I, we are both clients. In the sense that what we are seeing, what we are seeing is what we mean by front end. You get what you can see. That's what we mean by front end. There's nothing more, like, just have it that way. What you can actually see, what the user can see, that's front end. What the user cannot see, that's the back end. And that side, we call it the server side. So we have two sides here. We have the client side and we have the server side. The client side and the server side. So now, if you look at the two now, how do we merge the two together? Because if you have front end, you have back end, which is the server side. How do you bring them together? That is where the internet comes in. Because if you look at it now, this class won't be possible if there's no internet. Can somebody confirm that? I don't know. You can also use the chat too as well. I'm going to be saying that.
Yes.
The without internet, we won't be able to communicate with each other. It won't be possible. So definitely that shows that internet is the intermediary between the two of us. Now, if Airtel decides to go bad, or MTN decides to go bad, or Starlink decides to go bad, definitely we won't be able to communicate with each other because that's the major intermediary between us. There is the internet that is between you and I. So now the fact that the internet is the major thing between you and I, that shows that okay, the internet now is not the middleman. Do you get? The internet is now the middleman. So definitely you can't see something on the front end without internet. You can't access the web without internet. If you don't have internet or probably you don't have data, you won't be able to browse online. You'll be able to do most things online. So you have to make sure that your internet is connected before you can do anything online. So that's what I'm trying to explain, that we have the client side and we have the server side. So now the client side, let me just put it down. I said is the user, right? So what we mean by the clients now? The clients are now the mobile phones that we use. You know that when you use a mobile phone, yeah, we are using laptop, we are using tablets, we are using a lot of things. All these things are what we use to view the front end, what you have done, like the website you've done on your mobile phone. That's when you'll be able to see what you've done. If you don't have a mobile phone or probably a tablet or a laptop, you won't be able to say, oh, let me go to a browser. Of course, you can't be calling browser on your head. You have to use a mobile phone or probably a tablet or a laptop to be able to have access to those things. Yeah. So this mobile phone, this tablet, the laptop you are using, those are the client side, because that is where you are actually seeing the end point or the end goal of whatever you have done. Do you get? So that's the client side. While the server side are now the backend. Do you get? Are now the backend, like the servers. Now the backend where the database is stored, where the code is being written, where the code is being like hosted and the likes. That's the backend. So there's nothing different. There's nothing really difficult about it. And I'm very sure, I hope you guys understand the difference between the front end and then the back end now.
Yes.
Please let me know. Okay, it's just
Yes.
okay. Who is talking now? I don't know. Everything is just mixing all together.
I'm the
So I
one
don't
talking.
know.
After Aziz.
Okay, Aziz. Okay, cool. Yeah, I'm seeing it. You're the one talking. All right. So what about Prosper? What about Prosper? Is the front end and back end making sense to you? Prosper is not talking yet. Okay,
Yes.
Suleiman. Okay, so
Yes.
Suleiman too.
Yeah,
And
it's
also,
very clear.
Yeah.
Very clear.
okay, and also
Oh,
Abayomi.
sir,
Abayomi,
please,
Sorry, please.
I have a question.
I'll need more clarification, no, on that. I just need to grasp it better. Thank you.
Okay, so I think Abayomi, you didn't introduce yourself to us. Are
Oh,
you
my name is
adding?
Abayomi. I
Sir,
joined
Okay.
late. I'm sorry.
Okay,
sir,
so Prosper. Okay, your mic.
sir,
You can
please,
mute
what
your
time
mic.
does the class end?
Okay, so the class is meant to hold from 7 to 9 p.m. Although it depends
No,
on
I
how
no,
fast
I
you.
wanted to confirm what time the class will end.
Okay. So I said the class is going to end before 9 p.m. Are you fine with that?
Okay, sir. 'Cause
Okay.
I'm
Oh,
using yes, sir.
Sorry, I hope
Sir,
you got my
are the
question.
videos being recorded now? So can we access them?
yes. But wait, oh, that doesn't mean you should leave the class or prosper.
So I can access the videos. What else, sir?
Sorry, what do you
No,
say?
I'm not at home now. I'm in school and I'm supposed to go home. I'm not at home now. I'm in school.
Okay. Oh.
I'm in school. I'm using the school's Wi-Fi.
Okay.
So and it's getting really dark. I thought it was 8. So once it was 8, I'll leave.
Okay. Don't worry, we are going to look at how
I'm
we can
taking permission
actually.
currently now. Well,
Yeah,
when
no
is
problem. No problem. Okay, so you can mute your mic so
and I
that.
can rewatch the videos again, right?
Yes. Sure. You can rewatch the videos again. You
Right.
can rewatch them again. But one thing I would say, sorry, Abayomi, sorry. All right, so one thing I would say is that once I send the link for the recording here, I would really advise us to download them. It is going to be in handy for us. Like once I send the recording, please download it because we might not be able to keep the recording forever. We might not be able to keep them forever. So once I send the link, please make sure you download it to your laptop so you can also have the copy so you can watch it anytime you like.
Yes, sir. Are you going to download it here?
To
No,
sorry,
no, no.
let me solve. Sorry, David. Let me solve that
Okay.
problem. So what I've done now is
Sir,
we have a YouTube channel that we upload it to now.
Okay.
So
Okay.
after the class, I will download it and upload it to a YouTube channel, then give you the
Okay.
link so you can watch that one
Okay.
forever. But that YouTube
Okay.
channel can only access by those we have the link. It's not open to public, so you won't
To
see it. You
public.
cannot search for it and see it. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Oh, good.
So that's what we
That
do now.
solves
So
it.
you don't need to download if you don't have enough data. So that's fine.
Okay. Okay. That solves the problem then. That solves the
Yeah.
problem. Okay. So Prosper, you're good to go. I'm not saying you should go now. Once it's 8 p.m., you can still kind of squeeze time and then see. But just make sure you learn something before going sharp. All right. So back to Abayomi. So sorry we didn't allow you to speak all this time. So sorry about that. So yeah,
That's cool.
you have the floor.
Oh, okay. Good evening. I joined late, so I didn't get, the real picture when you're talking about the front end.
Okay.
I'm not, tech savvy, so
Okay.
you may just have to take me from like scratch so that I can understand
Okay.
what exactly this is all about.
Okay. So good to have you in class now. So everybody, let's meet Abayomi. I'm Aziz, Daniel, Prosper, meet Abayomi because she didn't join before, like when we started. All right. So what I was explaining about, I mean, front end and back. I was explaining the major concepts with the front end and the back end. I was explaining them. So what I'm trying to say is that we have something called the client side and we have a thing called, I'm saying we have something, I'm just trying to like explain it. We have something called the client side and we have something called the server side. So I was trying to explain that, okay, so the client side here are what user sees, are the website you are seeing. You went to Paddy Code website to be able to have access to this scholarship, right? So the scholarship you have access to, the website is the front end. Now, any other thing that is going on in the back end, that is any other thing that is supplying information to that front end that you are seeing, is now the back end. So when we have the client side and we have the server side, now the major difference between them is that this one, which is the client side, you can see it. You can see
Mm.
the front the front end. You can see the client side, but the server side you can't see it. You can't see the back end. It's not what you can see on the internet. You won't be able to, unless if you are the one that the developer is going to see, because that's what they do. So definitely you won't see it as a client because you are the client here. You are the one viewing the website. Now, if you are viewing the website now, you don't really need to know if it has back end or front end. The only thing you are just considered about is your user experience on it. That's the only thing you're concerned about. All you just need to do, take your tablet or go over to the website or padico.com, check it out. Okay, do I need to fill an information here? You fill in anything you want to fill. You don't really need to know where the information is going to. Do you get? But now, the backend is now the one handling where the information is going to, because there's an action attached to that form that you just filled in the front end. Do you get? So we have the front side and we have the back side. So now, and I said the intermediary between the two is now the internet. And I used example, I said, without internet, you won't be able to have access to this call. Because you can see we are using Zoom right now. If something should happen to my internet now, definitely there's going to be a cut here. We won't be able to continue the class. Or probably I might need to join or rejoin later on. Do you get? So the internet is more like the intermediary between the front end and the back end. There's nothing you can do. If you don't have internet on your phone, there's nothing you can do. You can't access the web. You can't browse. You can't do anything if you don't have access to the internet. In fact, almost all apps now I'm not sure there's any no there, I'm not sure there's any app that is not even using internet. I mean, the offline apps that you have, even Bible apps now, they are now using internet. Version, you have to use internet to download some, some versions and the likes. So everything now you need internet to be able to have access to them. So now the process of going to connecting to the internet and then going to that front end, going to that website, that is, you are the client. That's the client side you are seeing. The client side, that's what you are seeing. But now, what is supplying information to that client side, that is what is supplying information to the website, is now the backend. Do you get? It's now the backend, which is the server side. So you don't see that aspect. You don't see it. All you are just concerned about is your own user experience. So now, on a more technical level, now, if I should ask you now that, if I say client side and server side, you should be able to understand that, when I say client side, I mean the front end. When I say server side, I'm talking about the back end. Now, if I now say, what's the intermediary between the two? You understand that, it's the internet that actually gives me access to this one and give me access to this one. So the way the web works is just like this. Let me explain how it actually works so you can have a clear understanding of how it works. You know that we have something called domain name. An example of domain name is paddycode.com. That's an example of domain name. So now that domain name is more like an address. It's more like an address. Now, when I say address, I'm just going to bring it in a way that everybody can actually understand. You know that when you get to Lagos, or I want to put it in a way where everybody can understand. All right, so when you get to Lagos, there is an address called Ikeja, right? So now, if you are going to Ikeja, definitely you need to you already know where you are going. Oh, I'm going to Ikeja. Now, if you tell anybody that, I'm going to Ikeja, they already know where you are going to. And they won't take you past Ikeja unless if that person doesn't like you. Or probably they have another mission. So they won't take you past Ikeja, or probably you say, I'm going to Computer Village. They won't take you past that place. They will drop you exactly in Ikeja because that is your destination. Now, if you look at domain name very well, there's a I'll say there's a host, yeah. So the host is more like we have different location in that host, in that server. We have different location in the sense that, okay, when I call paddycode.com, now paddycode.com will go because paddycode.com is actually an address. The domain name you are looking at, facebook.com, is an address. It's an address of a server, of a place, of a host. Do you get? If you are going to that place, you call that place and then it gives you information about that place. Now, if, for example, if you are going to, like I said, I'm going to Ikeja. If I'm going to Ikeja, definitely I'm going to look for buses that are going to Ikeja or rides that are going to Ikeja. Now, they are going to drop me at Ikeja. Now, if I'm going to facebook.com, I will type facebook.com. That is the address I want to go to. Now, when I type facebook.com, it takes me exactly to Facebook website because that is where Facebook the address is tied to that domain name. What you don't see, basically, let me just put it. What you don't see the typical address of that particular host. You might not be able to see it, or I would say the more you do software development, then the more you understand what I'm trying to say. But just have it as at the back of your mind that, okay, when I call domain name, I'm actually talking about an address. I'm talking about an address. I don't mean a physical place, so I mean a physical place on the server, because everything you are seeing online now, all the information you are seeing online now, they are actually stored on the server. So for you to call each information now, you need to be able to use an address to call that particular information. Because look at it, billions of information are online. Now, for you to sieve the information you want to see, you need to type some things before you can sieve them. So definitely, before you can go to facebook.com, google.com, instagram.com, paddycode.com, you need to be able to have the address. Now, if you put paddyscode.com, it will tell you it doesn't exist because that location is not available. unless someone already bought that particular space, that particular domain. If nobody has ever bought that domain, that space is still going to be available. But it will tell you when you go there, it will tell you this thing does not exist because we don't know it yet. It's more like they are still developing the whole thing. They are still developing. So every day people buy domain every day. Every seconds people buy domain. What I mean by domain is people buy land every day. The fact that people are buying land every day, that shows that if I buy this particular land, I can give that land, I can give it my name. I can say, okay, this land is for David. So we are going to call it David. If you call it David now, if somebody is coming to that town and they say we are going to David, definitely you understand that, oh, David, that land, that particular place, that particular location, that's David. That's where they will take you to. Do you get? So that David there is like a domain is a domain name to that my land. That is what we use to identify that particular place. So what we use to identify Paddy code, where Paddy code is hosted, is paddycode.com. That's it. So what I'm just trying to explain in the long run, I'm trying to explain the whole front end thing, and I'm trying to explain how the domain, how it actually works. But I know you might not fully understand how the domain name, how it actually works. But with time, I can assure you, you will actually understand how everything works. It's just every good thing takes time, actually. So it's not like you start learning it once and then you get everything once. No. But the one thing I just wanted to get from today's class is just that understand the major concept between front end and the back end. So you know that, oh, what I'm doing in front end is I'm building things user can see. I'm building things the user can see. That is the client side. That's what you are doing. You are not doing any other thing. You're not doing any other thing concerning the back end, what users cannot see. Because there's a joke. They will say, when a good design comes out, the front-end developer actually takes the glory. And the main work that has been done is the main work that is there is from the backend developer, because the backend developer is the one that does all the APIs, created the authentication and everything, while the front-end developer is the one doing all the aesthetics. That is the user experience, what the user is experiencing. And the fact that the front-end developer is the one that did all the user experience, built the whole thing, everything is looking good, everything is looking fine, definitely that front-end developer will be the one to take the glory, because they are the one doing what users can see. Backend, user cannot see backend. So definitely people don't really rate the backend developer. You get? Not like they don't rate them in the sense that taking glory, but backend developers are very heavy. Very, very heavy. So what we want to do is just to design. Do you get? But we are not just designing alone. No. We are still going to be working with some other things too that require a technical knowledge. Not like you're going to be painting colors together. No, that's what we are doing. We are working on a real thing. Yeah. So with my explanation about the front end and the back end, I want to ask, do you guys understand it, or you want more explanation about like front end and back end? Because I really want us to have an understanding before I go forward with the whole class.
I understand.
It is well understood.
Okay. So Prosper, Daniel, Akolade, and Abayomi, we're all good, right?
Yes, well
Yes.
understood. Yes, thank
Okay.
you.
Okay. So now the first thing, sorry, aside from the client side and then the server side, the next thing we want to look at is what are we going to be using for our class. The first thing we are going to be using, because definitely, I do explain it this way. I would say, when you are working with front end, yeah, the first thing you want to learn HTML. HTML actually stands for Hypertext Markup Language. Don't worry, I'm going to share my slide so I'm just giving an overview of everything. So it stands for Hypertext Markup Language. That's what we are going to use first for the content, while we're going to use CSS for the styling, and also JavaScript for the backend. Do you get? That's what we are going to be using for the backend. So now, the main thing now is that we need editors to be able to write our code, because we are going to be writing this code. So we need editors to be writing our code. But before I go to the editor, I want to be sure that as this And okay, he left already. He's not in the class. Okay, I think Aziz, you should know about VS Code, right?
Yes, yes, I have it.
Okay, okay, you have VS Code. All right. So that shows that Daniel, Prosper, and then Abayomi, you don't really know what VS Code is, right?
I do.
I do have an
You
idea.
do. You don't have an
Yeah.
I do.
idea. Okay. So what about Prosper?
I do. I have it already installed.
Okay, you have it installed. So we have two. What's that reason they have it? So now what we are going to be doing, because now we are not that much in class. So the best thing for us, okay. So Suleiman too is going to have it. So the best thing for us now is to work together. Hmm? We need to work together and then make sure we achieve something. So now, this first class here, I just want to give an overview of how everything works and also do all installation that we need to do so we can know that the next class we are moving forward. All right. So now, um, we use an editor called VS Code. Although we are not just limited to VS Code alone, we have a lot of editors. We have a lot of the number. We have Sublime Text. We have a lot of them that you can actually use. But during the course of this training, I'm going to be using VS Code. So I would really advise us to also use VS Code because almost all developers, almost everybody use VS Code. Although there are some people that they don't like VS Code, but almost everybody, I would say 70% uses VS Code. So why not? Let's start with VS Code. All right. So that's Daniel Ojo. If you're in class, and Bayomi, if you're in class now, please do you have access to your laptop now so we can do the installation together? And then Aziz,
I have it.
Suleiman. Sorry, okay, Daniel, you have it installed. All right. So
I'm still on my way
Abayomi.
home, so I can't use my laptop now,
Oh,
but maybe in the
you
next
can use your laptop
15
now.
minutes. Yes, in the
Okay,
next 15 minutes
so
I should be home.
okay, because the people we have in class now, we have senior devs in class already. Suleiman is a senior dev, Aziz is a senior dev, Daniel is also a senior dev. I don't know. Prosper, do you have access to your laptop now? Please let us be joining with our
Yes,
laptops. So, okay, you have access to your laptop. So, do you have
I'm
VS
connected
Code?
to the meeting through my laptop.
Okay, so do you have VS Code on your laptop?
Yes, I do.
You have VS Code already. So is only Abayomi.
Yes.
Why why are you people like this now?
It, this is not nice. So
Why you people?
okay, that means I will have to I will have to do that once I get home. Is there?
Okay.
Yeah, I think I can do that once I get home too.
Yes,
Does
yes,
it
yes,
take
yes.
Does it take so much time to download
No,
it?
no, it doesn't take so much time. Under five
Okay.
minutes, you're done.
Okay.
Under 5 minutes, you're done with everything. Under five
I should
minutes, you
be
should
home
be
in
done.
15. I should be home in 15.
Oh, okay, okay. No, no problem then. No
Okay.
problem. Ah, you
Think I
guys,
should be
wow.
open.
You guys, you really came prepared. That's good. You came prepared today. I love that. I love that energy already. But just make sure we continue with this energy so we can really have time and then learn very, very fast. So I can learn from you too. And also we learn from each other because we're all students here. Hmm? Okay. So yeah.
David,
So
sorry.
yes, yes,
I
yes.
think I think we are having joy on this call also. Abayomi is like joy. Remember the last call we had, right?
Wait, wait,
Joy.
wait, wait,
Yeah.
wait, wait. Okay.
Abayomi is like joy.
Wow.
You can relate, right?
Oh,
So
Yes, yes,
everybody
yes.
everybody were like up there, but apparently joy later became one of the best. So Abayomi, we are not going to give
Yeah.
up on you. About
thank
don't give
That's
up on
you.
true.
yourself because
That's
in
true.
every
That's
call
true.
we always have someone who is totally strange and other people they are already prepared waiting. At the end of the call, now most times it's actually about your me that always better.
Mm. Yeah, that's true. That's actually true because we've had we've had um other students too. So
Yeah,
yeah, that's true. That's true. That's true. That's true. Like I just like joy. That's true.
yeah. So
Okay.
my advice actually, before I'm
Okay.
gonna leave this call right away, by the way, my advice for those that have idea already, sometimes I will say forget about what you know. In as much as it's good, it will help us, but so that sometimes so that you will not say, I know this one already, I know this one already. You are not
Mm.
expected to put anything on your brain, everything on your brain. but understand the principles, understand how to apply the application, and understand how to apply it. Once you know how to apply the how it works, you will be a good developer. Don't
Sure.
think of cramming everything. VS Code will sometimes predict some things for you, which makes it easy.
Mhm.
But I mean, guys, hopefully I have a session with you guys. David, I'm gonna leave now. Take care. Yeah.
Yeah, thank you very much. Thank you very much.
Yeah.
Thank you very
Abayomi, see
much.
you in class next time.
Yeah,
Yeah,
thank you
thank
very
you.
much.
I appreciate you.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Suleiman, Aziz, Daniel, Prosper. Right,
Thank
you guys
you.
have a wonderful day.
Thank you,
Bye bye.
Indiana. Thank
Thank
you.
you,
See you
Stella.
next time.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, thank you very much for that. Yeah, thank you very much for that. Okay, so you already know that we are having some people that are very, very new to this thing, but then at the end of the class, I'm very sure we'll all do better. I'm so certain that we're going to do better. That if we actually cooperate with each other and then make sure we achieve something with this class. And I really want us to achieve something with this class too as well. And also work together. Because the fact that if you are working together, learning from each other, it actually makes things very easy. Very, I mean, very, very, not just easy, oh, very, 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 very easy. If you don't really work together, this might look like, oh, not really working the way we want it to be. But if you can actually work together, learn from each other. See, I said we are all students here. No one is an island here. We are all students. We are all learning. I'm here to learn from you, and you can also learn from me too as well. Do you get? I'm learning from everyone in the class, and you guys can also learn from each other too as well. So let's see it as we are not. I'm not seeing it as where we only come here and then take the knowledge and go. No, let's see it as a community where we come here, we ask typically any question, anything you don't understand, just come ask me. If I don't know it, someone in the class might know it. That's why I said if I don't know it, someone in class might know it. So just come, ask any question you want to ask. And then even, there are some questions that you will ask that is going to turn to a joke, right? I will advise you shouldn't take offense with those questions, yeah? You only ask once and we only laugh once. Next time, you won't ask that same question. Do you get? So let's make sure that any question that comes to our mind, anything you don't understand, even if I've explained it, ask, please, I don't understand this thing. And on the group too, let's say if I give you an exam, if I give you a classwork, if you don't really understand it very well, please ensure you ask question. Because if you not ask question, there's no way I want to know that you're having problem with a particular concept. I won't know. But if you ask question, then it shows that, oh, these people are actually following. Oh, these people actually know, they know they understand what I'm trying to explain to them. So please, let's all make sure that we ask question and learn from each other. Because see, if we don't learn from each other, yeah, don't say you can learn from just me alone. No, I won't say you can learn from me alone. You can learn from each other. Because there are some things that I won't be able to explain to you in a way you're going to understand. When I say explain to you in a way you understand, fine. What I'm meant to do is to explain to you in a way you are going to understand. Okay, but the thing is, I'm explaining to five of you here. The way I'm going to explain to five of you, I will explain it in a generic way. Generic way in the sense that I'm explaining it in a way that everybody can understand all together, right? But there are some ways that you might not really get some things because I didn't explain it the way you are going to pick it at once. So you might need someone that doesn't even know anything, that is just like they are just trying their feet to understand, to just explain to you, and then you also pick it. Because it has happened a couple of times. It happened to me when I was learning, it happened to a couple of students where I'll tell them, okay, ask this person question. There are some times that you might ask a question, I might look at the question and then make sure that everyone sees it first. If I notice everyone sees it and nobody's answering, then I'm going to answer because I really want us to learn. Aside from going forward to the class, oh, let's start with HTML, file, HTML. We really need to know all these things before starting. Because if you don't really know all these things before starting, we will find it difficult to ask each other questions. And I don't really want us to have issues with that. Once you don't understand anything, just call my attention to it. Oh, I don't really understand this thing. And also, how I do, there are some things I also don't know. So I will ask you guys. If I explain something and then I know that you people know it, I will ask you the next time so that I can have a clear understanding of it. And why am I asking you? What I'm asking is that I want you to have a clear understanding of how it works. In the sense that I'm a kind of person that the way I learn, yeah, when I started learning, how I learn is there's a saying I do follow, or probably let me just put it as my own mantra that I do follow. Until what you know becomes what you do, you don't know anything. In the sense, like what I'm trying to say is that if I know that okay, I can code HTML and I don't code HTML at all, I don't really know HTML. Because it's until what I know is what I do. Okay, I said I'm coding HTML. Fine. If I'm doing HTML like regularly, that shows that I know it. But if I don't do it regularly, it shows that I don't know it. So now, another thing I do follow is that now I'm just trying to like layer everything up so you can understand what I'm trying to say. Until what you know becomes what to do, then you don't know anything. So now I have this thing that I said I'm learning HTML. Can I explain this HTML to a young lad and the young lad will be able to understand what I'm trying to say? If I can explain HTML to someone very small, and then the child can understand what HTML means, how to write HTML, that shows that I know what I'm doing. That's just a proof to me. I mean, no one else needs to prove it to me. The fact that I can explain what I just learned to someone that is new to it, and the person can actually understand, that shows I know something. No, that shows that I have a clear understanding of that thing. Also, the third thing I do follow as well is that when I'm learning, yeah, I kind of learn in a way that I attach it to something memorable. Something memorable in the sense that if I'm learning, I'm learning a P tag, I want to understand what that P tag is all about. I want to understand, wait, this P tag, okay, they call it paragraph tag. What's paragraph tag say? How do they use it? All those questions they will keep coming to my mind that okay, how do I use this paragraph tag? Okay, what if I know this paragraph tag? Can I also use something else? Can I also use something else? So now you are trying to create a memory with that paragraph tag, right? So there's no how, there's no where you want to find yourself in the future that when somebody asks you for a paragraph tag, that you'll be able to explain. Do you get? You'll be able to explain to anybody. That's actually what helped my tutoring journey, right? Because when I started here, I am a solar. I'm sorry, I'm a solo developer. No, I'm self-taught. I learn alone, and then although I learn with people too as well, but I started alone. So most of the thing I know today is more like I learned them myself. So I'm mostly self-taught. So it was very difficult for me to learn because I don't really have people to ask questions from. I don't really have someone that I mentor to tell me, oh yeah, do it this way, do it this way. If I tell you that, you people will laugh. If I tell you that I did HTML for I think 1 month plus. I learned HTML for like 1 month plus. You people will laugh. Why? Because I don't have somebody that is holding me, that is holding my hand. I don't have anybody. I don't have anybody to ask question. I'm just going up and down. I don't have roadmap. Now these days, there are a lot of roadmap on Twitter. You can just go ahead and search for roadmap. I didn't even know what they call roadmap when I was learning. I don't know anything. So it's much more easier now. But then I didn't even know anything. I don't know what to learn. I just learned from top. Normally, how we are meant to learn? You're meant to learn gradually. I was learning the hard, the middle, the hard, down, up. So it's more like I'm not really consistent with the whole learning journey, but I was able to learn these things. And why am I not consistent with it? Why am I not consistent? Because I don't have anybody to ask. I don't have people to ask questions from. I don't have anybody to ask me question. I don't have someone to say, okay, do it this way, do it that way, do it that way. So that was actually what made me to understand, okay, if I want to learn this thing very well, let me just understand each concept about each of these things. Now, why I said it actually helped my tutoring journey is that when I started teaching or lecturing like this thing, I noticed that there's no question people want to ask me that I've not gone through that phase before. There is no error that those people want to like explain that I've not really gone through. I noticed that thing in myself and I was like, okay, so this is actually helping me now. All those questioning myself that, oh, what if I know it's Peter? What else can I use here? What else can I use here? What's Peter? Why is it like this? Why is it like this? All those things, all those little things are actually what helped me in a way that I can explain to people and people can also understand. And I made sure, even though it's actually a compulsory thing for my younger brother, then I made sure that this web thing, I explained to him and he's able to understand. Although he's also a developer now, though a very good one actually. So I make sure that I explain this thing to him. I just called him that, please, I want to learn this thing. So let me be explaining it to you. What I learned already, I will explain it to you. If you can understand it, definitely that shows that I'm a good developer already. Although not really good, but then it shows that I know what I'm doing. So I was able to explain to my younger brother and also explain to someone else. The fact that I was able to explain to two people and they were able to understand, it shows that okay, there's progress. And then when I wanted to start, I started as one-on-one. And starting as one-on-one, the person grabbed everything all at once. I was like, okay, good, good, good. In no time, I was transferred to a bigger class. I was like, okay, okay. Then from there, from there, from them. So one thing is, let's learn from each other as well. It's actually going to fasten journey rather than using months to learn something you can learn in 1 week. HTML now, even a lot of organization, they take HTML 1 day. 1 day, we are done with HTML. Do you get? But today I don't really want us to like take the HTML thing. I really want us to like bond with each other, understand how all these things work, and then after understanding everything works, then we go to our installation. After the installation, then we start with HTML. We start with the proper thing. Do you get? We start with the proper thing. So with everything I've said and everything, those are just like the introduction and everything. So let's just put it in mind that we are actually here to learn from each other. It's not like nobody's an island. We are all together. We are all together. Any question you want to ask, you can come, ask on the group. I will definitely respond to you. I will definitely respond to you. Even some past students will just come to my idea. Mr. David, I don't understand it. I mean, okay, yeah, let's do it together. Do you get? So you can actually ask your question. Anything you don't understand, just ask me. Yeah, just ask me. All right. So front end, I've explained front end, I've explained back end, I've explained the server side and the client side. I'm still talking about the same thing. All right. So and I said we have editors that we can use. We have the VS Code that we can use. So in during the course of this training, I'm going to be using VS Code. I'm so sorry. I'll be using VS Code. So sorry. But because that's basically what everybody is using. VS Code. Why will you be using other things? You can use Sublime Text, actually good. But please, I will advise we download VS Code. All right, so I'm coming. I want to make sure I'm sharing my screen. Sorry, please. Oh, oops. I want to share my screen so we can actually move to the best thing here. Okay, so I believe, please confirm you can see my screen.
Yes,
Yes,
we
we
can
can
see.
see.
Okay, you can see my screen, right? All right, so you can see what is HTML, right? Sorry, can you see what is HTML on my screen?
Yes, I can.
Okay, good. Thank you very much for
Yes, so I
confirming.
can too.
Thank you very much for confirming that. All right, so what is HTML basically?
Hypertext markup language.
HTML stands for Hypertext Markup Language. It's
Used to
actually used to structure web pages
yes.
and works
Work
with
with
CSS
CSS
for
for styling,
styling and JavaScript for
for
interactivity.
interactivity.
Browser reads your HTML
HTML,
and display
display
web
content.
content. It's not something much. What you should understand about HTML is that we use HTML to write content to the browser. We use HTML to write content. That's just one thing. We use HTML to write content. Content in the sense that we use it to write text. That's what we use HTML for. We use it to write normal text. Nothing different, nothing much, nothing, we only use it to write text. That's what we use HTML for. All right, so you can see what I was explaining the other time. I was explaining the client side and I was explaining the server side. I hope you can see the pictorial aspects now.
Yes.
Okay, so you can see the client side, you can see the normal desktop, you can see laptop, and then you can see I think a mobile phone or a tablet, something like that. Yeah. And you can also see the server side. So you can see that server side looks like a storage, that it is storing something. That's how the server side is. You use it to store information. So when you want to pick something online, you only go to you connect to the internet and then you pick that particular thing using that particular domain name to pick the location. You get it's not something that is very, very difficult. It's just a simple thing. So all right, so we have basic structure of an HTML document, a normal basic structure. A normal basic structure starts with your normal doc type HTML. Don't worry, I'm going to be explaining what all these things means. I'll explain them. We have the normal doc type, we have the normal HTML, we have the head, we have the body, and then we have the normal HTML. But before I explain this, I want to explain something to us. Now, to those of us that are very new to VS Code, so I want to explain this one. I want to explain this to us. Okay, I'm coming. I want to okay, let me go to my so that we can all okay, I think. All right, so the anatomy of HTML tag. All right, so the first thing you are seeing here, we are seeing the tag name. We are still going to go to VS Code and see the proper thing. We are going to VS Code and see the proper thing. But I just want to give an explanation of how all this thing looks like. So we have the normal tag name, we have attributes here, we have contents here, we have the class, we have another tag here. So we have something called opening tag and closing tag. Opening tag and closing tag. I will show you how to open a tag and I will also show you how to close that tag. When we get to our VS Code, you're going to see more of that thing. You're going to see more of it. All right. So we have the normal common HTML thing and the like. So, but I'm just going to go to my VS Code now. But I really want everybody to be able to understand how to work with VS Code. I really want us to understand how to work with VS Code. So I'm just going to share my entire screen so you can see what I'm trying to say. Entire screen share. Okay, cool. I hope we can all see my entire screen, right?
Yes.
Yes,
Yes.
you can say it.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, good. All right. So I just want to show us how it's going to look like. So I'll just come here. I'll search for VS Code. Although my VS Code is going to be occupied, I'm so sorry about that. I didn't clear my VS Code before this class. I was meant to clear it, but also I don't really need to close it and clear it. So you also have an understanding of how everything is like. All right, so I'm actually working on a project here. So this is database credentials. This is shown to the world. Oh, nah. I really don't want this one to open. All right, so this let me just open a new file, a new window. Let me open a new window. Let me close this. All right. Okay, so this is a new window, right? So now the thing is when you that should be Abayomi. Yes, Abayomi. When you what with the first installation here, this thing is going to be very dry. You can see a lot of things there. You can see my ATRE, HTML class, blah 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 blah. All these things they won't be there because you don't have any recent work. And I'm very sure everybody is paying attention to the way it looks like. Everything is going to be blank here. Everything is going to be blank here. So this is just how your VS Code is going to look like. This is how everything is going to look like. But if you are starting the normal HTML class, the first thing that we advise you to do is to go to your desktop. My desktop, let me put out all the icons here. Sorry, why is this loading so slow? What's going on?
Sorry, I'm going to have
Okay.
to leave now, sir.
You're going to leave now. Oh,
Yes, sir.
all right, no problem. But you have the VS Code, right?
Yes.
Okay, okay. Please just
Yes,
make sure that you watch. Make sure you watch the video, please. Make
I
sure you
will.
watch the
Thank you, sir.
video. Yes, you're welcome. You're welcome,
Mm.
Prosper. All right. So the first thing that we advise us to do is to go to our desktop, create a new folder, and then call the folder. I'll just call it any name, but I'll call my own party code. I'll call my own party code HTML class. Party code HTML class. That's what I want to call my own. So after creating the folder, that is where I'm going to store all my information. Because if I say you should store your information anywhere, it might be, or don't let me say might, it's going to be difficult for you to access those informations. It will be very, very difficult for you to have access to those information because you might not know where you save it. Oh, it might be in desktop. It might be in downloads. It might even be in music. It can be in video. So you might not really know where all these things. You might not really know where you put them. So you want to make sure that you have them in a well arranged folder. So the first thing is create a folder and put them inside. Now, when you get to your VS Code, right? You now come to your VS Code. You can see this explore. I want to make sure my screen is bigger so you can see. I hope you can see my screen very well now.
Yeah.
Sorry, can you see very well?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, okay. Because I know it's going to be kind of tiny and I don't really want that to happen. What's going on? And I don't really want that to happen here. So now the next thing you want to do is you want to open that folder. Remember, we created a folder, we put it inside our desktop. So now for us to open that folder now, you can simply click on open folder here. So I'll click on open folder. So let's wait for this to pop up. Now, where did I save it? I saved it inside desktop, right? So I'll click on desktop. So when I click on desktop now, I will start looking for the folder. You can see, voila, the folder is there. Party code HTML class. Sorry about that. Sorry. All right, so party code HTML class. Now the next thing I just want to do is just that I'll just click on it once. Click on it once, then click on select folder. Can you see that the folder is now here? I bring the folder inside my VS Code. Then you can click on yes, I trust this author. Please, is this process very clear to us?
It is.
Okay, so maybe I run it so that I'm sure that okay,
Sorry,
you go to my computer and open a folder, then you come to your VS Code, and then from your VS Code you can now open your folder from
yes.
my computer. Is that what you mean?
Yes, yes, yes. That's what I'm trying to say. So just make sure you create a folder. Sorry. Just make sure you create a folder first. Make sure you have a folder. Then
On
after
the
having your
computer.
folder, then you bring your folder in this place. Or do you guys want me to do it again?
Mhm.
Yes, you can come again, please, so that we can all understand.
Okay, so let me just let me do a new window and then close this. So I have a new window. This is a fresh one. So this is a new window. So what I said is that once you create that folder here, sorry, once you create that folder here, the folder is here, right? Party code HTML class. Next thing you want to do is that go to your VS Code, right? So click on open folder, open folder. So when you click open folder, then where did you save the folder? You saved it inside desktop. So I'll click desktop. Then this is it, folder HTML class. So I'll click on it once. So when I click on it once, that once means it's going to select that folder. Do you get? That's the major reason why I'm clicking on it once. Then I'll click on select folder. So once I click select folder now, so you can see this thing is loading again. Can you see party code HTML class is here? Is that very clear now?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay, good. All right. So now the first thing we now want to do is that we want to create our first file. Our first file. Remember that if you are writing Yoruba or if you are writing Igbo, there's a certain way you write them. Is that true?
True.
Okay.
Yes.
If they will say if you want to write Igbo, I really don't know because I'm Yoruba, I don't really know. But if you want to write Yoruba, we have Amio, we have the Re, we have the Mi, we have different sounds, all the vowel sounds. We have the way we write them. Do you get? Now, all those things now they are instructions to follow. So if you are writing your normal HTML, we said HTML stands for hypertext markup language. So there are instructions to follow here too as well. Do you get? So now the instructions to follow here is that whenever you are creating your HTML file, that's the first instruction. Whenever you are creating your first, or you are creating an HTML file, the first thing you want to put in mind is that you want to make sure that you have .html at the back. When I say you have to make sure you have .html at the back. For example, if I do, let me make sure my VS Code is bigger. All right, so if I want to create a file here, all I need to do, I'll just come here. You can see we have how many icons there? 1, 2, 3, 4. We have 4 icons here. We have the new file, we have the new folder, we have the refresh explorer, and then we have the collapse folders in Explorer. So the one we want to work with, we are going to be working with new file. We are going to work with new folder. We can also work with the refresh, but not every time. I don't even use the collapse folder at all. Like I'm not sure I've used it. Sorry. I'm not sure I've used it. Like since when I've been using VS Code, I've not used these collapse folders. And I can say that I've only used this refresh. I've only used it. I'm not sure I've used it up to 10 times. And I use VS Code every day. I use VS Code every day. So I've not used it up to 10 times. This refresh. Because everything I want to do is already there. So there's no point in using it. All right. So now the first thing we want to do here is that we have the new file. We have the new folder. So before I do this now, I want to show us something. Let me go to our Paddy code folder. Let me open it. So now look at the way I open Paddy code folder. Remember that there's nothing inside it. There's no file inside. You can see it's writing this folder is empty. I hope we can all see it.
Yes, I can see it.
Okay, cool. So it's writing this
Yes,
folder is
that's true.
empty. You can see that it's empty here. But the moment I come here to create an HTML file, remember I said an HTML file. So I'll write index.html. Make sure that whatever you are doing, you put .html at the back. If you are creating an HTML file, make sure you put .html at the back. So I'll put .html, then I'll press enter. Then it's going to create this file for me. Now, let's go to our folder now. Can you see that we have something inside the folder now? Index.html. Index here. Can you see there's a folder? There's a file called index here.
Yes.
Okay, that shows that our connection and everything, that shows that it's working. So definitely, if you create anything here, it's going to reflect here. Right? Okay, so now I want to break down the whole HTML thing while we are having .html at the back and the likes. Remember that when you want to create a Microsoft Word, when you create a Microsoft Word document, you used to have .docx at the back. I don't know, have you noticed that? If you create
Yes,
PowerPoint,
yes, that's
you
true.
have PPT, or something like that, PPT or
Yeah, PPT for
PPTX
PowerPoint. Yes,
for PowerPoint, right? But when
yes,
you're working with Excel, either you have Excel or you have CSV.
yes, CSV.
So now you can see that all those documents you are saying, they also have their own rules. That is, they have their own extension. So definitely the one for HTML is what? Index.html. Makes sense?
Makes sense.
Yes.
Okay. So now I'm going to be creating a file for each and every one of us. So let's do it over. So we can actually learn how to do it now. So if I want to create file for Daniel, I'll just come here, I'll click new file, then I'll write daniel.html. Fine. So I'll do new file. I'll say Suleiman.html. I'll come here, I'll do new file again. I'll do prosper.html. You can see .html. Hey, wait again. Okay, Abayomi. So sorry. Abayomi
It's fine.
.html. Yeah. All right. So you can see that we've created each file for every one of us now. Not like this is just an example of how to create files. I'm not like using any of this. Do you get? It's just like an illustration of how it works. Do you get? You've been able to create abayomi.html, daniel.html, index.html, prosper.html, suleiman.html. All right, so now in our HTML here, the first thing I want to do inside your HTML file is that we want to get the basic structure. We want to get the basic structure. Now, the basic structure in the sense that we want to get, okay, now that you said, okay, I need to write HTML, how do I write that HTML? Now, it has procedure. So the first procedure you want to make sure you have is the you want to have the basic structure. So now the basic structure, the first thing you have there is this. I think I was explaining it the other time. That's the basic structure. We have the doc type, which is the first thing on it. The doc type, we have the HTML, we have the header, but I'm going to be explaining each and every one of them soon. So now the first thing you want to have is this doc type, and then you end it here. So now I want to ask a question. What do you understand by doc type? What do you understand by doc type? When I say doc type,
Document type.
It sounds like document type. Yeah. Type of document.
I have smart people in this class. Can see that you guys you've been giving me back to back. That's good. That's good. You already understand that this is actually a document type. So what's the document type now? What type of
HTML.
document are we writing? Yeah, it shows that we are
HTML.
writing HTML. And look at it, the name of our file ends with what? .html. So what we are telling the browser is that, hello, the file I'm writing is an HTML file. Don't go and write something else for me. That's the basic instruction I'm giving it. Is this very clear to us?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. All right, so the next thing you now want to have when you're writing your normal HTML, the next thing you want to have is you want to have the head. You want to have the head. So now for you to have the head now, you know that this one here, I'm not going to explain I've explained the whole thing here, but I'm going to be explaining two things here. I'm going to be explaining like each, but no, don't let me explain it. I will explain it later on so you can actually understand it very well. So I don't convince any one of you. All right, so the next thing I want to have is the head, the header. So let me close it here. All right, so let me close it here. All right, so we have the head too. The head. So wait, let me take this out. Why is this thing? So we have the head. After writing the normal HTML and this thing, we have the head. Look at it here. You can see that the next thing that follows. Sorry, I even made a mistake myself. Do you know why I'm making a mistake? Let me explain something to you too. You know that we are learning this thing, yeah, we are learning it, right? You know that most things in this world right now, people are making things easier for anybody now. You know that the way you are going to learn bricklaying back then is different from the way you are going to learn bricklaying now, because there are more easy way to do them. Everything these days, yeah, there are more easy way to do things. And the major reason why we are using VS Code is because VS Code actually provides a snippet that actually makes it easy for us to write our code. If I come here now, look at what I'm doing. If I write HTML and if I click HTML5, do you notice anything here?
Wow.
Do you notice anything?
It just
Yes,
automatically
it gave
popped
you
up
your
some
end
things.
document type and some
It's
other stuff.
all the thing I'm going to be, all the things I need inside my HTML file to start my HTML file is here. Do you get what I'm trying to say? Just by typing HTML and then clicking 5. Am I making sense?
Wow.
Cool. So you can see that all the basic structure now.
Sorry,
Okay.
sorry, I need to ask. Did you
Okay.
control 5 or you just
Okay. Let me do Ctrl Z now.
just
Let me do
punch 5?
Ctrl Z. Let's do it again. Let's do it again. So if I type
Okay.
HTML, you can see I typed it out, right? And then
Yes.
it's already bringing, like, it's already giving me options here. So now part of
Option
the
of
option it
5,
gave
yeah.
me, I'll just click on it.
Click on it. Oh, okay.
And it's going to give me all the structure and everything. Do you get
Sorry,
this? Okay, yeah,
Okay.
sorry.
I
How
can hear you,
about if
Daniel.
you press that HTML xm.xml? What will it give us?
Okay, now if I type HTML and then hey, I love the question you asked. Look at what it's giving me. This XML is just a link. Do you get?
Mm.
It's just a link. You see it now. See, this is a link. If I click on it now,
Yeah.
let's wait for it to load. You can see that this is a link on its own.
Okay.
So you can see that this is a link. But the HTML file is the only option that will take me direct, that will give me what I want in my VS Code, in my HTML file. So if I click on HTML file, HTML5, I'm going to have what I need. So the other way to do it as well, if I don't want to type HTML5, there's another way. If I do shift this, look at it, the moment I can get this exclamation mark here, look at the exclamation mark. If I click on this exclamation mark here, can you see it's doing the same thing?
Wow.
Okay.
So for you to get this, you have to hold your shift key and then put the exclamation mark here and then select the first one, and then it's going to give you your boilerplate. I know that I didn't call it boilerplate here. Boilerplate is the same thing as basic structure. Do you get? Yeah, boilerplate is the same thing as structure, but it's just like I would say more like, oh, what do we call it when we are working? What do we call it in a professional setting? What do we call it? That's just there's nothing. It's basic structure. If I call it boilerplate for you, just register it at the back of your mind that, oh, this guy is talking about basic structure. Yeah, but most times I'll call it boilerplate. Do you get? All right. So now let me now
You call it
explain
what?
boilerplate.
Boilerplate.
Boiler
Plate. You will hear, don't worry, you will hear that a lot.
plates. Okay,
You
boiler
will hear
plates.
that a lot. When you're just starting, you will hear that a lot.
Mm.
They will tell you, oh yeah, this is your boiler plate, this is your boiler plate, this is your boiler plate. All right, so I was shocked that what does that mean? When I first heard it, I was like, eh? I know, I started on my own. So I didn't really have like much information about how people talk, how everything. Sorry, I'm like, hey. Sorry about that. Is it working? Please, can you hear me?
Yeah.
You can hear me, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. I didn't place the mic well. All right. So you might hear people like I didn't really know what people mean by boilerplate and the like. So when I heard it first, I was like, people are learning what I don't even know. It's more like I'm hearing something new. So I didn't really know what it means. I didn't know that it's the normal basic structure that I do every day. But when they said boilerplate, I was just like, boilerplate. I didn't even know it. It was later on I got to know that, oh, this one day. But nobody pointed it directly to me that this is actually what they mean by boilerplate. I was just watching a video that one day, and then the guy said, okay, let's get our boilerplate ready. And then he pressed it. I had to go back again. Eh? Let's get our boilerplate ready. I was like, eh? Okay. And now I have to calm down and understand that, is the basic structure they mean by boilerplate. Do you get? Boilerplate is just like something to get you started with HTML, with your code. Do you get? It's not something difficult. And I won't advise you at this stage, in this 2025, to go and be learning basic structure. Don't learn basic structure. you can see that VS Code is giving you opportunity to write it all at once. Even me that I want to teach you self, look at it. When I wrote the document type, what was the next thing I wrote? I wrote head, right? Isn't that the next thing I wrote?
Yes.
So definitely that shows that even me, normally, most times, unless if I want to sit down and then write the code, I can't start writing boilerplate. No, since VS Code has made it easy for me, why do I want to make life is like hard for myself? Everywhere is hard already. I don't really need to make things hard again for myself. So the best thing is just to follow along with what has been done. Do you get? Someone cracked their head to make this available. So why not use their head? Why not use what has been done? What's available? Why not use it? Aha. So this, but I'm going to be explaining how each of them, how it works, because you need to understand how each of them works. Because I can tell you, oh, we have boilerplates now, and then you want to tweak some things, and you don't even know what to tweak. You don't know what to touch. You don't know, which one should I do? Which one should I do? You are now lost. I don't want that to happen. I don't want to get to that point. So you want to understand how each of them work, so you can, work on all these things. So now I will explain it. I will explain everything bit by bit. So I've explained the number one. I explained what the doc type is. I explained what the HTML. You already know what the HTML is. So on line 2 now, let me take this out. Let me take it out first. Control Z. Let me take Control Z. I want to take this one out. Control X. So I'll take it out first. So let me write HTML. So now, if you look at this now, I already told the document that the type of document I want to write is HTML, right? So the next thing I want to do is that I want to write that HTML. Now, for me to write the HTML, I have to put them inside an HTML tag. HTML tag is, all these are just instructions. So HTML tag, this is a tag. And when I say a tag, I said I'm going to be explaining them one after the other. So when I say a tag here, a tag has opening and closing. Opening, this is opening tag, and this is how to close a tag. We have the normal angle, greater than, less than for the opening. Then you, in the middle, you leave it. That's where the content is going to be. Then you have the greater than slash, the less than slash the greater than. This is how to close your tag. So the first one here, we call it, what do we call it? Opening tag, right? Hello, can you guys hear me?
Yes.
Okay, so the first one here, we call it the opening tag, while the other one, we call it what? Closing tag. Very good. So have it at the back of your mind that if you open any tag, you must close it all. Because there are sometimes that you have issues. See, don't worry, say you have issues. Don't worry. But you solve them.
Why should we always close it?
Okay. So now the reason why you should always close your tag is because you don't want to have a tag that doesn't end. Do you get? Because HTML will see it that, okay, you open a tag, why don't you close it? So any other things you are putting inside, it will look as if that thing is with it. Do you get? It will look at it, that thing is with it. Now, if I should write my normal HTML now, look at it. If I write my normal HTML now, I didn't close it. Then I put other information here. It will look as if you just open a normal tag. Definitely, your code only has beginning, doesn't have end. Do you get? So what you want to do is you open your tag, then you close it. Then you can write as many content you want inside that tag. So make sure you close your tag. So now you can see that after opening this tag here, look at it. Oh, I said this is a tag, right? This thing, that's a tag. Then I closed it. I closed it now. So now, if you look at it very well, when I wrote this one, I didn't put anything inside it. Now, anything that you have here, that is the name of that tag. So the tag name for this one is what? I mean, for line 2, what's the tag name here?
HTML.
HTML. So that is the tag name. HTML is the tag name in this place. HTML is the tag name in this place. So now you can see that we've opened the tag and then we've closed it here. So after opening your, let me take this one out. You are still going to see it in the recording. Don't worry, it's not going. All right. So inside this now, you know, I said you can now write as many content as you want inside it. I'll put space here. So when I put space here, the next thing I want to do, you know, I'm writing HTML already. I want to put my head tag, not my head. I want to put the I want to put the normal head tag. You can see that the way I wrote it now, VS Code will automatically open and close for you. See, do you notice it?
Yeah.
You can see that VS
Yeah.
Code is making things very, very easy. Once I type head, like, I'll just press enter. Pakam, it don't pick
Yeah.
am. So that shows that I won't. The mistake of not closing a tag is kind of slim. Do you get? The mistake of not closing a tag is slim. All right, so in the head tag now, I can now put some information. Now I want to put all this suggestion here. The major reason why I'm putting all this suggestion that is giving me so that I can explain it. Although the normal thing, I think normal thing should have it too. So now inside that head tag now, I have other things here. Now, what are these other things? What are they working for? What's their purpose? So the other things I have here, I have the normal meta here. So now this meta here, it says chat set UTF-8. Now let's calm down and read it very well. If you look at this thing very well, if you look at it very well, you'll notice that after having the what's the tag name here on this line 4?
Meta chassis.
Better.
He said meta chat set. You're right. Okay, the tag name is meta. The tag
Okay.
name is meta. All right. So you can see that I said now like this now. Now that I said meta now, you only know that there's no how you not remember that you said meta chasset. Do you get what I'm trying to say? You definitely remember that I said meta chasset daddy. You already know that meta is the tag name. All right. So now this chasset here, this chasset is now the attribute. This chasset here is the attribute. Now, when I say attributes here, look at this my HTML. If I come here and say lang and I put en here, what am I trying to say here?
Language should be English.
Attributes.
Good. You are giving me joy. I love it. Well done. Well done. Senior devs. I have senior devs in this class. That's good. That's good. You guys already understand that what I'm trying to say is that, hello, the language I'm writing is what? English. Do you get what I'm trying to do there?
Yes.
Mhm. So now this lang here is just like an attribute. Do you get? That
Yes.
lang there is an attribute. So an attribute speaks more or gives more information about an element. Now that element is the normal HTML, which is the tag name. So this attribute gives more information about it. Now I've already said, oh, hello, what I'm writing is what? English. Do you get? That is what this means. You can see the attribute is making sense. Attributes, lang, English. So definitely you can put French, you can put Spanish, you can put any other language you want. And I really want us to try it out though. You can put French, probably FR or something. Just write it and test it if it is going to work or not. But me, I'm telling you that it will work. But I don't really want us to test that right now. All right, just try and put like FR, put Spanish logo, Spanish abbreviation, put any other language, and then write something in your body, and then see if it's going to work. It should convert it to that particular language. All right, so now the chasset here is known as character sets. Is known as character sets. Now the character set in the sense that you know that if I tell you now, how many of you have Naira keyboard, Naira sign on your keyboard?
I don't have.
You don't
I
have.
don't.
Why won't you have?
Yes.
You are not a good
It's
I
Nigerian.
don't
hard.
have.
I have.
Yeah,
Eh?
I
Eh?
have.
Hash, not
Uh,
Naira.
yes.
Who said, wait, who is that? Who is that? Let me see the person. Oh yeah, so who has Naira on their keyboard?
I don't have Naira.
It's
Oh
on
yeah,
number.
who?
I have pounds and hash together.
Okay,
I have
no, I mean,
Ash too.
who have Naira? Naira, I want to know the person that has Naira. Let's know.
I have Ash on my keyboard, and it's
Yes, you have
top
Ash.
number
No
3.
Naira.
Oh yeah, Naira. Who has Naira?
The person is not here.
The person is not here.
You know the
The
Don't
person
have
no dey.
Naira, no.
Because I want to look at it too. You have Naira. That shows that your laptop is made in Nigeria. That's why
Abamit.
it's made. It's about made. And that shows that your laptop is made in Nigeria. Because I've not seen a laptop that a keyboard that has Naira on it. That shows that Naira is not recognized. Although it's not only Naira. You can't see Yan here. Abi, can you see it? We can't see Euro here. We can't see it. We can't see other things here too. So it
there's
shows
Euro on
that
my own laptop. Oh.
there's yes, there are some laptops like that. There are some keyboards like that you might see Euro there. There are some like that. You might see Euro. That one. If you have Euro, you should be happy now. But if you have Naira, you should not be happy. Oh. But at least you can see Euro. Euro is still good. Yeah, Euro is still good. So now, all these character sets here, what this character set means is just that this character set UTF-8, it has almost not everything actually. It has almost all the symbols. Because most times, you know that when you are, you know that the how Google Translator, there are some, I don't know if we have gone to um I think AliExpress before. All these AliExpress 1688, all these Chinese e-commerce store. Most of them they don't really have, they are not always translated at first. They're always in Spanish. I don't know if you have experience with them. Has anybody have experience with any of them before?
I've had before.
Yes,
Okay,
like
okay.
AliExpress is like Chinese or Japanese.
Chinese. Then you now need Google Translator to translate it to English, right?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, cool. So when they translate it to English now, and that's when you'll be able to understand. Now, this character set UTF-8, you know that you are in Nigeria. Most times, you can copy Naira and put inside your code. If you copy Naira and put inside your code, and then your code gets to a Chinese region, or probably gets to their country, and then it turns to something else when they do the translation, how will you feel? You know that the symbol, if the browser doesn't understand the symbol, it will be like, hello, what's this? What's this one? What's this one? What they write here? It will interpret it in a different way to them. Do you get? That's the major reason why we are using a character set to TF8. So now this character set to TF8, it has Naira inside it. It has pounds inside it. It has yarn inside it. It has a lot of characters inside it. So you don't really need to worry about using any symbol in your code. You can basically use any symbol. So, and when they translate it, it's going to be representing that same symbol everywhere. Do you get? So this character set, it has all the characters in it, all the symbols, it has it in it. Do you get? That's why we use UTF-8. Although you can also search more about UTF-8 to understand how it actually works. But for a front-end developer, you can, for more knowledge, you can learn how it works. Because for me to learn, for me to be able to teach you too as well, I have to learn about it. So for me to be able to teach you, I have to learn about it. So yeah, you can actually learn better about it. All right, so we have another meta tag here. Now, if you look at this meta tag, the first thing we have here is what? Name, viewport. The next thing is content, width equals to device width. Then we have the initial scale to 1.0, right? Now, if you look at this now, what this simply means is that the width of your website, the width will not pass the normal width of a normal site. That's what it just means. Like, you know that most times when we are coding, we code on laptop. Now, when we transfer that website to a mobile phone, if you transfer it to a mobile phone now, and then there are some websites you go that you have to scroll to the edge before you can see what's at the edge. I don't know if you have seen anything like that. I hope we are not developers like that though. Can you all hear me, please? Confirm you can hear me.
Yes, we can hear you.
Okay, have you seen a website like that? I'm very sure no one do something like that again. That when you are scrolling, you have to be scrolling to one side, to one side, to one side before you can actually see what's on the other side.
That is on
I also
maybe
did it.
Nokia S, or if you want to download game, you need to scroll down.
Nokia red and
Hey,
white.
yes. I love that. I love that example you gave now. That shows that you have been a gamer since tipẹ́tipẹ́. Yes. That because you know Waptrick do something like that.
Yes,
Stefanro,
exactly.
Stefanro, they do something like that. Because most times you have to like scroll to the edge before you can see what is on the other side. So now this meta viewport width equals to device width. It shows that it won't go over your device width. Do you get? It won't go beyond it. And the initial scale to 1.0, that is, it will take the initial scale of your mobile phone. Do you get? That is what that viewport, that's the major purpose. That's what it's working for. Nothing more, nothing, nothing else. Do you get? That's the sole purpose of why the viewport is there. While we have the title, which is the number 6. Remember that everything we are saying, we are still inside the head though. We are still inside the head tag. Don't worry, everything inside the head tag is just much. But I just need to explain everything to us so we can understand it. All right, so we have the title. So now in the title now, how do we now check the title? You know that you've gone to some pages. Okay, let's come over here. Now, if you look at let me go to mentors. Sorry, let me cancel this. Is there a way to cancel this thing? Okay. All right. So I don't know. Do you notice anything? Did you notice anything here? It is showing Paddy code, our mentors. Sorry, can you hear me? Did you notice anything there? Hey, no one is saying anything. No. Hello, can you guys hear me?
Yes, the heading, like there was a white line across before this
Okay.
one now loaded and it's just there, but that
Okay.
line is not.
Okay, that's what you noticed, right?
Yes.
All right. Okay, cool. Hey, sorry, we have Elizabeth Additional in the. Who is Elizabeth Additional? Hello, good evening,
I'm the one.
Elizabeth Adesh.
Evening, sir.
Okay. Okay, you're just joining.
Yes, I was unable to.
Okay. Good evening, Elizabeth. Please, wow, the class. Can we meet you, Elizabeth?
Okay, my
Can
name is
just
Elizabeth.
okay.
Should I type
Okay,
it or?
no. That's the only information you want to give us in the class. Don't worry,
Okay.
we'll soon get to know each other better. All right, so Elizabeth, welcome to the class, to the front-end development class. Don't worry, you didn't miss road. You're in the right class. Yeah.
Okay, sir.
Yeah, you're in the right class. All right. So, we've been discussing a lot of things here. So, one thing about it is that we have the recording. So, at the end of the class, once the recording is done, we're going to upload it to our YouTube channel. Then you can watch what we've done in the past. But don't worry, you've not really missed anything much. What we have been doing is just introduction, so you've not really missed much. But please, let's make sure we join class very early. Let's make sure we join class very, very early. And I said in the beginning of the class, you just have to make sure that you ask questions. If you are not clear with anything, just ask. Just ask. Anything on the group. Don't be shy to ask questions, because see, we are all learners. Don't be thinking, they will make jest of me. They will make see, we are all learners. If I don't know your question, somebody else will know your question. See, we have senior devs here. We have Akolade here. We have Daniel here. We have Abayomi here. We have Suleiman here. Although we have Prosper too, but he had to leave the class. And you too, Elizabeth, you're also a senior dev too. Do you get? So we can ask ourselves question, like anything we don't really understand. Just ask on the group, and then I'm very sure, I'm very certain you're going to get an answer to your question. So what we are using to
Okay.
do our coding is VS Code. Are you familiar with VS Code, or do you have VS Code?
No, I'm just hearing it for the first time.
Ha, okay. So Abayomi, can you say that you have somebody already? Abayomi, are you there?
You're welcome. Yes, I am.
So you
I'm
have
like
somebody
you
already.
too.
Yeah. So now is that all the guys in the class, aside Prosper now, they have a good understanding. They have a good understanding about this thing. So now, any problem you are facing in the class, Aziz, Daniel, and Suleiman, you are the one to run to now. You'll be the one solving the problem for us. If I run to any problem, you'll be the one to solve it for us. So let's fasten our belt so as well. And that doesn't mean Elizabeth and Abayomi. That doesn't mean you guys too. You cannot overtake. Remember when Abayomi was saying it? He was saying something about we had a student called Joy. Then she doesn't really understand anything when she started. And during the class, hmm, after when we get to some part in the class, that's when I knew that okay, this person is actually consuming everything we have been saying. So because you really don't know anything about it now, doesn't mean you can't know anything. Because of course we actually started from scratch. So it's more like we are starting based on some people's knowledge. No, we are starting from scratch. So you don't really need to know anything. All you just need to know how to do is know how to on your laptop. No, I'm not saying just know how to on your laptop or know how to create folder on your laptop. I'm very sure everybody in the class can create folder, right? Nobody
Yes,
saying
sir.
anything.
Yes.
Eh. Okay, you know how to create folder, you know how to create file, you know how to do all those things. Just make sure you know how to know those things. And those that are yet to download VS Code, don't worry. After the class, just go to. Let me show you where you're going to go to. I'm so sorry, I just want to make sure that we are all on the same page. I want to make sure we are all on this. I don't want to leave anyone behind. So just come here, type VS Code. I hope you can see my browser, right?
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Okay, so go to VS Code, just type VS Code download or anything, just type VS Code. So now, once you type VS Code and the like, so the first thing you're going to see here, you will see VS Code. You can see it's showing different colors. It shows that I've downloaded it couple of times. During class, I have to download it again. So to show students how it's going to download and the like. So just click on the first link here. So when you click on the first link here, so now the thing is, if you are using Windows, you will download for Windows. If you are using Ubuntu, and I'm sure is anybody using Ubuntu in the class?
No.
Okay. Oh yeah, wait. Oh yeah. So how did you know that nobody is using Ubuntu?
Yeah, I'm speaking for myself.
I know you are speaking for yourself. All right. So I'm very sure nobody is using Ubuntu in the class. All right. So if you're using Mac, you download the one for Mac, right? So I'll just click on the one for Windows, and I want to make sure everybody can see that it's downloading. I'll just click on the one for Windows. So when I click on it, so you can see it's showing thanks for downloading VS Code. Can you see it's downloading? Okay, it's there to download. Let me download anyway. Okay, so can you see it's downloading already? So it's about 103 MB. 103 MB. So this is how to download the VS Code. So once it's done downloading, it's going to come to your normal. Let's download this one first. Once it's done downloading, then I'll show you how it looks like. I hope Elizabeth and Abayomi, I hope you're taking note of this.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So once it's done downloading, you're going to see what I'm trying to say. All right, so back to the class now. So Elizabeth, I was trying to explain the normal HTML doc type and the likes to everyone. So I was explaining where I got to is the title aspect. So I was trying to use this as an example for everybody in the class. So let me go back to the home page. So I'm currently on the home page now. So I want you to observe one place. I believe everyone can see my cursor. You can see my cursor. What I mean by my cursor, my mouse, right? You can see my mouse.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so when I say my cursor now, you understand that I'm talking about my mouse. So you can see my mouse. You can see that my mouse is currently at the top, which is saying Paddy Code Tech School. Do you notice that?
Yes.
Okay, it's showing Tech School, right? Very good. That's the home page. Look at the link here, paddycode.com. It is showing here. It is showing Paddy Code. It's showing Tech School here. Now, let me click on mentors here. Do you notice that this link has changed to mentors, right?
Yes.
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 Okay. Now, let me over on this place. You know that before it was showing Tech School, but now it's showing our mentors.
Yes.
Okay, good. So you can see that different pages is showing different titles. The home page is showing Tech School. The mentors page is showing what? Our mentors. That shows that we can design our own title. That is where that's where it comes in. This title here that you're seeing here, that's where it comes in. So now let's edit our own title here and let's call it our first, class. So if I call it our first class now, if I save this now, how do I save? If you look at this, my code now, look at it very well. You will see that you are seeing a circle white, how will I say? A white circle here. How do I explain it now? Is it a white circle? Or what do I, please, can you see what is here? This white circle here,
Yes,
Yes.
we can
Like
see
an
it.
you can
indicator.
see it. Okay, but when I over on it, can you see it's turning to title, cancel? It's turning to a X icon.
Yes.
Okay, now look at this thing here. This circle, it shows that your code is not saved yet. That's what it simply means, that your code is not saved. Because you know that if you, a good example is if you are creating a Word document, if you save it to a particular file, a particular place, a particular folder, if you give that folder to somebody, that person will have that particular place, right? That up like it's going to be updated to where you edited it last, right? That person will have it. Now, if you do another update after giving it out, will that person have that particular update
No, until you save again.
until you save and send to that person again, right? That's how it works here. So, if you don't save your file, your newest update will not populate. Do you get?
Yeah.
If you don't save your file, your newest update, it won't populate. So how do you save now? We use Control S. Now, can you see that when I did Control S now, can you see that it automatically turned to that X icon?
Yeah.
Okay, so before I saved, it is until I over on it, that's when it turns to X. But now you can see that it automatically turns to that X icon. That shows that I have saved my code. That's what I mean by saving your code. Now, because of this title, because we want to learn how this title, we want to learn how it works. So I will come here, I will right click on it. Right click. I'm very sure we all know what I mean by right click, right?
Yeah.
Okay. No one is talking. No.
Yes.
Are we still together in the class?
Yes, we
Everybody?
can hear you.
Yes, I'm with
Okay,
We can
you.
hear you.
okay. So I will right click. So when I right click, I'll click on copy path. So when I click on, look at it very well. You can see close others, close to the right, close save, close all. You can see I'm seeing copy parts here. So you click on copy parts. So when you click on copy parts, that shows that you've copied the address of this particular index.html. Don't worry, you will see. I really want someone to make that joke in the class. So I've copied parts now. So if I come to this place now, why is my internet is very slow? This thing is still downloading. All right, so I'll just do Control V here. We all know that Control V is for pasting our code, right?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, so I'll do Control V here, then I will enter. So now if I enter now, if you observe the first thing here, what are you saying here?
Our first class.
Do you remember when we wrote our first class?
Header.
We
Yeah.
wrote we
On
wrote
the
it inside that
title.
title.
On the title.
Title. Yes.
So you can see that how we're able to achieve this. This our mentors is by putting the title as what our mentors. Nothing different, nothing added here. Is this very clear to us now?
Yes,
Okay.
Yes.
Let's do it in another page. Let me let me ask. Sorry. Okay. Abayomi, if I want to create my boilerplate here, how do I do it? I want to generate my boilerplate. What do I do?
Okay, you can press exclamation, and it will give
Okay.
you an option, or you can also do that's a shift exclamation, or you can
Sorry.
click on
Okay.
HTML, and if it gives you the option of
HTML5.
if it gives you the option of 5, yeah, you click
Okay.
on that.
So, okay, let me control Z now. Elizabeth here. HTML will give us that boilerplate. What we're using to work here, everything you are saying here, this thing can give us everything. You don't need to cram it. Just type when you don't cram. Just know it. Don't know how it works. Don't cram it. Just know how it works. So I'll click on this one. So let's call this one. Let's call it Daniel. Let's call it Daniel. Let's see Daniel's page. Let's say Daniel's page. So now, Elizabeth, if I want to copy the path for this now, what do I do? What will I do here? If I want to copy the path for Daniel.html, what do I do?
Okay. You go over the this thing and right click on it.
Okay.
Then it will bring about copy path. Copy.
Okay. So I'll copy path, then I'll go to my browser,
Yes.
then I'll come here, I'll paste
And
it,
then you
I'll enter.
paste it.
Oh,
Yes.
cool. Thank you very much. You guys are senior devs. So now, do you notice anything here? It's showing us what? Daniel's page.
Daniel HTML.
Yeah, and then showing on. You didn't notice anything here? Like where my cursor is,
Daniel's page. Yeah, that
Daniel's
Daniel's page. I
page.
see.
You saw where we wrote
Yes.
Daniel's page. We wrote Daniel's page inside the
Yes.
title.
The title.
Yes.
Okay, good. So I believe we now understand how the title, how it actually works. Don't worry, don't let us do the link yet. Let's not do the link yet. All right, so that is all about the head. Now, the head here. See, don't let me say that is all about it. Let me just explain it how it is. So now this head, you will notice that they are not things you are seeing on the normal web, like on this space. Everything here is blank. Do you notice that?
Yes.
Everywhere is black. It's only things you have inside that head that are going to be appearing in this place. And it's not everything, it's only title that will appear. Other things like meta tag and this one, lang, and the likes, they won't appear. They won't appear there. What all those things are doing is that they are communicating with the browser. That's what all those things are doing there. They are actually communicating with the browser. They are not doing any other thing in this space. Just make communication with it. That's the only thing they are doing. They're not doing any other thing. So how do we now put information in this place? Let's now go ahead. Now, after putting the head now and everything, the next thing we now want to have is what? Our body tag. So, oh yeah, who is coming first? Oh yeah, I am Aziz. How do I put body tag?
you just write body, then you press enter.
See, somebody is cheating already. Oh, somebody is cheating already. We never say anything. Consider they are already cheating. They are already saying I'll put body. You already said I'll just put body and then it will work. Wow. Wow. He's right though, and he's not wrong. No, I won't say you are wrong, and I won't say you are right too as well. But you already know that it's body. If I type body now, see, when I put enter, can you see that VS Code automatically give me what body is? So you are right, and you are not wrong. So if I have body here, basically anything I put inside this body are what we show on our browser. So let's say welcome to Paddy Code. If I write welcome to Paddy Code here, Welcome to Paddy Code. If I save this now, remember, what did I say? I said I will save it first. If I don't save it, it will show. Let me save it. And then let's go to our browser. Let me refresh. Now you can see that this is our first class here. Beto, what's the name of our this? Okay, our first class. So if I should refresh this now, can you see that it's showing welcome to Paddy Code here? That shows that anything that will show in this place has to be inside the body. Do you get?
Okay.
Anything that you want to see in this place, it has to be where?
Written in the body.
It has to be written inside the body. So let's write another thing. The best place to learn coding. Oh yeah, let me go and refresh here. But I should refresh here. Is it reflecting here? Oh yeah. So
yeah.
Daniel, what's the problem here?
The
Daniel, tell
problem
me.
is that we've not saved it.
Have you saved?
Can you hear me?
See, you guys are turning to senior devs. I can hear you, Daniel. You are right. I didn't save it. Do you get? Because I didn't save. That's why I didn't get any updates here. Is it making sense to us now? Let me save and then refresh here. Can you see? Is it making sense now? We are getting the updates here.
Yes.
Cool. All right. So, who is going to answer the next question? Okay, Suleiman. Suleiman is just waiting now. What do you want to ask me? I know everything here now. Abi, Suleiman. Suleiman is not on the call again. Oh. Where are you?
Senior man.
Yeah, I'm here with you. I'm here with you. I can't. What did you say, please? Come again.
Okay. I said like the next question I'm going to ask. You're already looking at it. All these things I know them. There's nothing I want to ask you that you won't understand now. Abi?
We are together now. Our boys, we are together.
He said we are together. Yes, we are together. We are all together. All right. So now, basically, I'm just going to like run through tag names. I've run through the opening tag and the like, but I'm just going to like run us through the first one. Then I'm going to leave us to rest. Enjoy the code, enjoy VS Code as well, because I would really advise us to look at everything in this VS Code. See, don't worry. See, if you scatter the end of your VS Code, don't worry. Text, send a message on the group, screenshot it. We'll look at how we are going to fix it back. If you scatter the head, if it's to uninstall and install again, we'll do it. Just make sure that you go to the VS Code. You shall type something. Like, I'm not saying type something. Just test it. Learn anything here. Like, just learn anything. Okay, how do I do this thing? How do I do this one? You can see that open folder we are looking at when we started. You can see that you can also open folder here too. Am I making sense? You know that we saw open folder before. You are not seeing it.
Yeah, we can see. Yes, I can see.
You can see new file here. Can you see new file here? When we wanted to do new file, remember we had to come to this place, come and create a new file. It shows that we can also create it from here. From here. Make sense?
Yes.
So just go over this VS Code. Learn anything you can learn from here. Like anything. Just look at what can I learn here? What can I learn here? Just learn anything you can learn from here. All right. So now I want to write my H1. There's a tag called H1. So Suleiman, how will I write the H1? There's a tag called H1. How do I write the H1 tag?
The less than sign H1.
Okay.
That's the open tag with the greater than sign.
Okay.
That's the open tag.
Okay. So I'll write H1. Is this correct?
No.
Why is it not correct?
The closing sign, there will be a slash before the H1.
You should have wait. I want to ask somebody. I want to ask okay, but I believe we all understand why we have the slash at the front. That shows that that's the closing of this tag.
To close it.
Yeah, to close it. So that's the closing of this tag. All right, so it's closed already. Okay, so let's follow. Is it Daniel? Let's follow his style. You know that Daniel's style is that if you type H1 here, pam, pakam, You have done it. Abi, that's his own style. You can also follow that same style. You can also decide to write your own. So either way, it works. So there's a tag called H1. So now what the H1 means is that H1 is more like heading. They are all heading tags. They are all heading tags. So I'll just close this one, H1. I'll close it. Then I'll put this is our first code. This is our first code. Now, this heading tag here, we have 6 levels. We have 6 levels. That shows that we can do this up to what? When I say 6 levels, it shows that we can do it up to what? H6.
6.
Do you get? We can do it up to what? H6. You will not telling me that I wrote something different here. Oh. I wrote this is at
Sorry, ouch.
out. I wrote out. This is our first code, right? So you can see we have it up
Yes.
to H6. So definitely we can have H2. We can have what again? We can have what? H3, right?
Mhm.
We can have H4. We can have H5. This is first code. H4. See, I don't like stress. Let me just copy it. Back on.
Must we have, sorry, must we
Okay.
repeat everything for all the H, all
No,
the
you
H1
can't.
to 6?
Okay. Let's do second here. It can be anything. You can change this one to
Okay.
hello world. They are just mere text, mere content that you want to put. Do you
Okay.
get? There's nothing spectacular
Okay.
about them. You can decide to change them. All right, so now let me refresh now. Hey, voila. So now let's start again. Habayomi, what did you notice about all these code here? What do you notice about them?
I noticed that the lower they go, the smaller the font.
Okay, so that shows that this first one is what?
That is H1. That's H1.
H1. This one is what?
H2,
This one is H3, H4. Which one is smallest?
H4, H5,
Elizabeth, which one is the
H6.
smallest?
Okay.
I want to ask Elizabeth.
H5.
But
Sorry.
look at it though. Which one is the smallest?
Okay. H6 to 1, 2, 3, 4,
It's
5, 6.
H6 is the smallest. So that shows that we can have them up to that level. So H means heading, basically. That's what H means. H means heading. Okay. So I've asked so now Aziz, Akolade Aziz. This thing
Yeah.
is giving me. Let me disable this thing. What I want to ask next is giving me. It's already telling you. It's giving you guys expo already. Oh, that's what I want to. I'll disable this thing in the next class. I'll disable it in the next class. Don't worry.
It's showing on my VS code already, sir. I have it.
Ah,
I have the extension also.
that means you are the wrong person to call, Seth. Eh? Because you know the answer already. We want to work with paragraph tag. I will disable this thing in the next class so that we will all know what we are doing too. All right, so I'll have a happy tag. There's no point in asking again because you guys already, you've seen the answer already. This is paragraph tag. We are write the option now. You are not right. Oh. This thing, you are not okay. When you are meant to write it, you not write it. Okay, so this is a paragraph tag here. You can see that we have the opening and we have the what? The closing too as well. So let's save it and then come over here and let's refresh our code. All right, so now can you see that the paragraph tag is quite different from the heading tag? What did you notice about the paragraph tag? Just tell me like what you noticed about it. This our class is well, it's because sorry for taking your time. Oh. So sorry. You know, this is our first class. That's why it's like this. Don't worry, next class, we are not going to take your time like this. It's going to be, short and then you will enjoy it more. So sorry about that. Apologies. So what
It's
do you know?
fine,
You know
sir.
we are going to be
Okay.
done.
We're with you.
So what do you say?
It's okay. It's okay. We're with you.
Oh, okay. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. All right. So what did you notice about the paragraph tag compared to the heading tag?
There is
Yeah,
no,
I
I
think
noticed that there is
it's
no hyphen.
As a normal statement.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Wait, oh, there's no like which hyphen is that?
I mean, sorry, there's no,
exclamation
what's that?
Exclamation mark.
Exclamation mark. Yeah.
exclamation mark.
Okay. Oh yeah now. So Abayomi and Elizabeth are saying the same thing now. So yeah, let me add exclamation mark here and save. What do we have? Oh yeah, there's exclamation mark here. So what do you want to say?
There is
Me, I think the
exclamation mark.
font is different.
Oh,
The
It's
font is
like
different too. Yeah.
yeah, you can see that one is bolder than the other. Do you notice that one is bold? Look at it very well. This one is very bold. While this one is just like a normal text.
yes,
Do you notice that? That's the that's the major difference between heading tag and the normal p tag. Do you get? The texts are different. This one is automatically you have it bold, but this one is just like a normal text that we use every day and everywhere. So these are the two tags we are going to be looking at today. So in the next class, we'll look at like more tags. We are going to look at more how to use more tags, and also how to use our H1, how to use our H2 tag, and how to use our paragraph tag in the next class, which is going to be on Saturday. That's when we're going to look at everything. No, on Saturday, our class is 5 p.m. on Saturday. I hope we all know that.
yes,
Yes.
Okay.
Okay. Don't worry. At the end of the class, we'll look at. Oh, then my microphone has changed. Okay, so can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay, so I said in the next class we're going to look at how to use all these other tags. We are going to look at how to use them properly. All right. So I believe everything we explained in class today. I hope we all understand everything. Though. It should not just be like, oh, we started from 7 p.m. and then we didn't really get anything up to 9 p.m. That's
understood.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was very
Yes,
understood.
sir. We understand.
we
okay,
understand,
very
sir.
good. Okay. What about Elizabeth? I'm sure you actually
Yes,
joined late, but at least were you able to
yes, I
get something?
understand.
Okay,
Yes, I
very
got
good.
some.
Very good. All right, so we're downloading something at that time. We're downloading VS Code, right? So you can see it's downloaded here. So let me go to my downloads folder, downloads. So you can see it here. Can you see the VS Code here? So now
Yeah.
for you to install
Yes,
it, that's for Abayomi and Elizabeth. For you to install it now, just double click it. Papam. Once you double click it like this, just open. It will open and then you start installing. VS Code is not very hard to install. But if you have any issue installing it, don't worry. Drop it on the group chat. Everybody is going to respond to you. Aziz will tell you how he installed his own. Suleiman is going to explain how he installed his own. Daniel will also explain how he was able to install his own. So see, you actually have a lot like to learn from each other. We have a lot to learn from each other. So I want us to see it as a community whereby we can ask questions, ask anybody question on the group, tag anybody that you feel, oh, let me ask this person. And if that person does not know it, obviously we are going to see people that can provide solution to any issues you are facing. So I really appreciate you guys for making time to join today's class. And I didn't take it for granted. Thank you very much for joining. And also thank you very much for joining early because you guys gave a good impression. I love it. Thank you very much. I really appreciate it for joining early. That shows that you guys are, no wonder you guys came angry today that this thing, I want to come and finish this thing today. So it's actually a good gesture. Thank you very much for joining. Thank you very much for
thank
joining.
you, sir,
I really
for having us.
Thank you
appreciate.
too.
Yes, thank you. So
You're such a good teacher.
thank you very much for that.
Great class.
Sorry, Daniel.
It was a great class today.
Oh, thank you very much for that. Thank you very much for that. So on Saturday, let's meet by 5 p.m. That Saturday, don't see. One thing is that Saturday, I want everybody to come with their own question. Although, you know that what we've done already, we've only talked about H1 and H2. Go online, search for any question about HTML, bring it to the class. Let us look at it together and solve it together. You know, that's actually how we learn. You get what I'm saying? Because what you are bringing to the class, I might not want to touch it, but the fact that you are bringing it will make me want to explain it, what it means. And if I don't know it, definitely somebody in the class will know it. You get? So anything you don't really understand, just go on and search about this front-end development, search about HTML, then bring your question, bring them to the class. If you don't want to explain your question, just write it down, copy and paste, put it in the chat. There's no how we see it. Do you get? So when they start coming, come with as many questions as possible. And also, you don't really have to, now I'm giving us the freedom, you don't really have to come with question about HTML alone. You can come with question about technology. You can come with question about front-end development. You can also come with question about back-end development. We are going to trash it out and see how we can explain it to each other in a way that everybody is going to understand. So I'm not saying, oh, just bring question about HTML. No, no, no. You can bring question about anything you don't really understand. Do you get? I hope I'm making sense.
Yes, sir.
Very
Yes, sir.
clear.
Okay. So we are going to be ending the class now, and I hope to see you guys on Saturday, like very early on Saturday, 5 p.m. So we can actually touch a lot of things and then make sure that we are now HTML guru. So see you guys on Saturday, and thank you very much for joining today's class. Bye-bye,
Good
everybody.
night.
Yeah, have a
Bye.
good
See you
night,
too.
guys. Yeah, thank you very much. All right. Yeah, good night,
Thank you,
everyone.
sir. Good night.
Good
Thank
night.
you. It was very interesting. Thank you.
Yes, you're welcome, Suleiman. You're welcome. Thank you very much for joining too. Yes. Oh, yeah, you will not to leave the class again. Thank you. Stop recording.